Okay, if you're reading the Bible, how can you examine that it's a fictional playwright? Well, by the names in it. They don't give any Christian names in the Bible. A Christian name is your first name and your family name. So they don't give you any Christian name. Like Jesus Christ doesn't have a name, like a real name. They just called him Jesus Christ. He didn't have any names. Okay? They should be able to tell you exactly where each person was from in the Bible, their first and last name, their family heritage. They don't tell you any of that because, again, people like Shakespeare, Chaucer, Cicero, Stephen Langton, many other satirical writers that wrote plays for the crown and the king. They wrote the Bible. It was a satirical playwright. The king needed something to give the people to quell all the rebellions. So they came up with a story about a god and a devil. Okay. Now the Shakespeare communication structure, okay, what he relayed to his audiences in his story, that is exactly how the Bible is laid out. If you read a Shakespeare book like Macbeth, you'll notice how it's in verses and stuff. And that's exactly how the Bible is laid out. And then the first 5 books, the first 5 acts, that's how he structured all of his plays, is in 5 acts. And that's the first 5 books of the Bible, called the Torah. And they blame it all, the Christians blame it all on the Jews. The Jews had nothing to do with the Bible. There's no such thing as like an actual Jew, okay? They think of us as Jews. They treat us like Jews, okay? But there's no such thing as like an actual Jewish religion. That's why they call it like Jewish Orthodox, okay, or Christian Orthodox or Catholic Eastern Orthodox, because you've been doxxed for believing in this story. Like, you're doxxed. Your brain stops working. Like, when you dox somebody, they're done, okay? And that's why they named it that. And that's what the story of John the Baptist is about. You cutting off your head and handing it to the nobility class on a silver platter when you believe in that stuff. And I don't think Shakespeare and Stephen Langton and Chaucer, I don't think they knew how crazy people would become from their playwrights. But as you can see, when you drive around, you'll drive past more churches than you will banks on any given day, no matter where you are in the country, okay? And again, that's the king. That all comes from the king, okay? That's why it's the King's Bible. It was just a fictional story they needed to give slaves to quell rebellions, and they did a wonderful job at it, okay? Love you. Have a great day. Remember, you're a modern-day slave, okay? Love you. Have a great day.